Oh, all my little retro gamers. Come on then, let's start the party.
What's in the box?
I think I love retro games.
What's in the box?
Hello, it is me, clapping his hands, it is me, it is Jace at Retrogames! Yes, hello, happy Retrogaming Day to you. It's Friday, yes, it's Friday, we have made it. Checking my cameras, checking my watch. Ruining me intro. Ruining me intro, as ever. A buzz on the old watch. What can I do? Hello, welcome. Have you had a good week? You know, what are we going to talk about this week? My little preamble. We always talk about this before we get to the good stuff. And it's boring, isn't it? Isn't it boring? But I did forget. We've been putting these little things that our old mate Rusty Bucky, has been sending us some Sega filth, and I forgot to put one on last episode, but I have got some more. Thanks, Russ. Check this out. Now, in our house as a child, we weren't allowed to use the F-A-R-T word. We used to say botty burp. And here we go. Sega have dropped one. What a hummer. Sega have caused a pump-powered commotion by dropping the Mega Drive price, now $129.99. Can you afford not to get a whiff of this one? It's puerile, it's immature, but we all like an old fart gag. Yeah, Sega filth! We do love the Sega filth. Who knew it? Who knew it? I wonder why they went bankrupt. Well, they didn't go bankrupt, did they? They got bought out. They got bought. Didn't they get bought by Sammy? Sammy, who made all their money out making pachinko machines for Japanese arcades. It's very sad, isn't it? Like Sammy, nobody even knew who they were, and then before you know it, they owned Sega. And why haven't Sega made a new console? Come on, it's time for a comeback. You know, you've seen what's gone on. Nintendo have made this little niche with the Switch too soon. There is room for Sega could come back with a console, couldn't they? There's a lot of fans there. There's a lot of people who would love a new Sega console. I mean, can you imagine the rumbling? Can you imagine you could be able to feed it through the ground? I just think you've got the money now. You're successful. You own Football Manager, which I think is the biggest revenue earner left for Sega. Come on, bring us a new console, a new Sega console, like maybe like the Switch with a screen and that we plug in, and I don't know. Think of something new, but just a little compact console. Doesn't have to be cutting edge technology anymore. We know you're not in the mainstream running, but you could still have a very popular, you know, niche console just for releasing Sega games like Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo don't release their games for anything else. If Sega didn't release any of Sega games for any other format other than their own whatever Dreamcast 2, then everyone would still love that console. It would get its own market. There's so many collectors, so many games enthusiasts now. They would buy a new Sega console. So come on, Sega, sort yourself out. Now, what else have we got to talk about? I'm not going to talk about Oculus anymore. Am I doing it? I'm going to get mine. I might just bring it on the show. Oh, Jason a headset again. Well done. New episode of Jason Japan this week. Did you enjoy that? I hope you checked it out. It was a funny one. It's a cultural one. There's quite a lot of interesting stuff about Japanese way of life. One more episode to go. One more episode on Wednesday. It's not quite finished the edit yet, but it's almost there, and it's going to be ready by Wednesday, and that's going to be the end of this first run. So 4. I've managed to do 4 Jason Japans, and then later maybe this year, maybe the beginning of next year, I'll carry on, and we'll get the other 4 episodes out, because I think it's 8 series. Oh, it should be commissioned for the TV, shouldn't it? Come on, Jace. There's so much crap on TV. Stick Jace on the TV. Come on, stick me on the TV. I can do travel programs for you, but I've got to edit it and keep it funny. I've got to do my memes, and I've got to be yeah, I don't know, maybe I don't suit TV. Maybe it's a good point. Oh, stop rambling on, Jace. Just say the magic words. What magic words would they be? Them words. What's in the box? Yeah, what's in the box? Okay, now we've got a big box this week. No, it's not actually that big. What are you on about? It's the same box you always have, but it's hidden behind the chair. Hidden behind the chair of doom is the red box. Now, I'm going to start with some books, okay? I've got some interesting books this week. What about this? This is Return of the Borders. Now, this is a series of books. I've got all three of them here. And they're dedicated to the Atari ST, but they're very, very good quality. Look at this. I'm making a little stand for you. I could balance that on. What do you reckon? Oh, I should work in shop displays. No, anyway. So there are three books: Breaking the Borders, Beyond the Borders, and Return of the Borders. And it's all about the history of Atari ST and about the demo scene and graphics, creative graphics on the Atari ST. I'll show you. I mean, it's a beautiful glossy book. They're like 400 pages, showing the greatest games. I mean, if you're an Atari ST aficionado, you're going to want these books. They are gorgeous. And they're about half the price that they would be if you bought them new. On the site this week, so I just thought, yeah, very nice. I wish that, I wish this level of quality for books. I wish they covered more formats. I mean, Atari ST, yeah, but there could be an Amiga version, couldn't they? Surely. I mean, a big fat glossy book like that covering the Amiga demo scene. I might even be in it. Yeah, ACG. Was that what we called? No, ASG. I can't even remember my own demo cruise name. That's how long it's been. It was the early 90s. Yeah, early 90s, late 80s. I'm ill. Quick, call a medic. No, don't. Be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Another book. This is an unusual one. Terrible old games you've probably never heard of. And this is by everybody's YouTube rival, Stuart Ashens. And I think it's quite a fun book because it's just showing really, really awful games we've forgotten. It's the sort of stuff that I cover on this show. I do like the grottier end of gaming. Sometimes the more pathetic a game is, the more excited I am by it. But I think there's an ironic thing about Stuart is that he actually buys from Retrogames. So I think some of these games that he's covered in this book actually came from us. So I was kind of like, he bought the game from me, he wrote the game about the thing I sent him, and then I got the book, and then I'm selling the book for him. Well, not for him. It's only listed at £5, but I think it's a good read for £5. Anyway, a bit of a conundrum. And I thought it was a nice thing to have. If we could sell them for £5, like a stock of them, I'm sure they'd go really well because it's a fun, interesting book, especially to read on the loo. I do like to read on the loo. It's a boy thing. Sorry, Claire. It's a boy thing. Okay, what's next? What about something for the SNES? Now, this is something different. This is the Super 801 Pro. It's got ever ready, anyway. It is a strange SNES card. It's multi-region. Let me show it to you. It's multi-region, and if you look on the top there, you'll see what that is. I'm going to pop it out. That is, you know what that is? It's a micro SD card. Pop that back in. You get that satisfying little tick. Yeah. Now, on that card are the images for 800 games. Pretty much everything that ever came out for the SNES. So it's basically one game and every game that ever came out for the SNES, and you can play it on the original hardware. Multi-region as well, so you can even play this on a Super Famicom. But yeah, I don't like this stuff. I don't like cheating, especially as I'm trying to, Retrogames sells to video game collectors. So, why would I want to sell every single SNES game in one hit? But there is a level of convenience there, isn't there? I will say, because we did test this, it takes a while for the games to load. I mean, if you're used to playing games on cartridge, and on the SNES particularly, they're really super fast, aren't they? Faster than N64, fast like the NES or Famicom or the SNES. They're instant gameplay. But on this, you do have a fiddle around with the menus, and then you've got to wait for it to load. And then there seems to be a very big lag while the game actually starts. It slows down the whole process. It is not perfect, but you can play all the original games on your SNES, on your original home console SNES. So, quite nice. Okay, what about this? This is a rare game for the Sega Game Gear. Yeah, CJ, oh, I've got to remember what it's called. CJ Elephant Antics was the big game on the Spectrum. Well, I say big. It was a Codemasters budget game that was relatively successful. And they converted it to the Game Gear, but it's a slightly different title. CJ Elephant Fugitive. I'm guessing it's a sequel. But yeah, check this. It's just a very unusual British only car. You know, Codemasters designed their own shape cartridge to get around all the legal beagle stuff from Sega, so they could cheat the system and make their own product and not have to pay any copyright. It's a bit naughty, isn't it? A few people did it with Nintendo too. Right, moving on. Here's something strange. These are Kid Icarus Uprising. Do you remember that game? It's on 3DS, isn't it? 3DS game, Kid Icarus Uprising. Well, you didn't know they made for collector's cards, and these are new packets, sealed packets of Kid Icarus collector's cards. Yeah, 6 packets of them. Ridiculously hard to find and rare. I mean, I'm guessing to get the whole set of these Nintendo branded cards, I guess that's quite a valuable thing to have. So there's still quite a market for those sealed cards, but it's an unusual thing. I like to show you the unusual stuff. Now, the big thing this week, the big exciting things I'm going to show you is PC Engine. It's a big week for PC Engine on the site, and I'm going to show you some amazing games. And the first up is this. It is a new Adventure Island from Hudson. Yes, classic arcade adventure, fun, it's a beautiful game. I mean, there is a little bit of wear on the inside of the menu. You can see it's a bit creased up, but the cartridge is really nice. But really sought after game, really lovely, sought after game. Adventure Island to start us off. What about what's next? Well, this is Altered Beast. Now, we've had Altered Beast on the show before, but it's one of those unusual games for PC Engine that was released both on CD, Super CD, that's the CD-ROM for PC Engine, and Hue Card. Yeah, not Hugh Grant, Hue Card. So there you can see that is the Altered Beast Hue Card. The Hue Card's more desirable, isn't it? Not many people collect the CDs so much. Not many people got the player for it. So to have that on cartridge, it's a classic Sega game, isn't it? What about this one? Oh no, I've not written down the name and I've forgotten it. I'll show it to you. Victory Road. It's Victory Road. It just came back to me. Yeah, Victory Road, classic. Is that Tato? Don't know. Is that released on Victor? Victor, but Tato, isn't it? Tato coin up, Victory Road. And beautiful. It's got it. You know it. Sniff test. Oh, it is a smell like no other. A PC Engine foam. I do love the foam. I love this game. Very rare, beautiful game. PC Engine. Hue Card. Hue Card. Oh, what about this for a classic? Yes, it's R-Type 2. Now, of course, R-Type 2 is a strange game because it's actually half of R-Type 1. The Hue Card wasn't big enough to store the whole coin-op, so they split it into R-Type 1 and R-Type 2 on PC Engine. So they're separate games, but actually one is based on the second half of the coin-op. But yeah, so you need the pair. You do need the pair. Very nice. classic side-scrolling shooter, isn't it? It's classic. It's absolute classic. Moving on. Image fight. I fight with my image every day, and I'm not talking about in the mirror. Just my image. I mean, you know, what is this guy? What is he? Is he just a fat bloke, or has he got something else to say? He's got a lot to say, hasn't he? And there you go. He's got the foam. He's got the foam. I'm not going to sniff that one. Image fight, again, a highly rated shooter. And there's one thing I love on the PC Engine, it is shooting games. It was a very, very competent side-scrolling, top-scrolling, up and down scrolling. That's what it was designed for. It's designed for shifting around sprites smoothly and accurately and providing us with brilliant shooting action. Dragon Saber! I love the artwork on it. I love these Namco PC Engine games. Don't they look glorious? I mean, I know this, James. This is for you. This is this porn, isn't it? Is what you call this game porn when the inlay is just so cool. But yeah, there's the game, and of course you've got the old stickers. You've got to make sure the right stickers on the back. You know, this is the proper matching sticker, because sometimes people change these cases and they don't realise that that sticker is specific for each game. Yeah, that is Dragon Saber. Okay, keep going. There's a few more. Another epic shooter, and it's Konami's. Konami. It's Konami. That's a place. Konami's Salamander. That's the sequel to Gradius. Oh, I love Salamander, brilliant game. And there we have, there's the foam, there's the Hugh Grant, and there's the proper matching sticker on the back. Beautiful Salamander. Here's an unusual one. This is Rabio Lepus. Yeah, it's an unusual arcade action game. Again, beautiful condition. Very lovely. Right, now, one more piece. No, there's more. This is a sequel to PC Kid. You remember PC Kid? Kind of one of the leading lights on PC Engine as a platform. Bonk's Adventures, #2, is Bonk. The guy's called Bonk. I mean, that's not rude. He's called Bonk because he carries a club and gets whacked on the head. But this is PC Kid, I think it's PC Kid 3, but it's called PC Kid Punkic Cyborgs. And it's a highly sought after game, and it's in beautiful condition. Proper rear sleeve to this game. Later games on PC Engine did have rear sleeves. But fantastic, beautiful condition. And I like these. I pull this off. You see these little notches in the plastic case, so that you get little holes in the plastic edge, and they just clip in. It just keeps them more secure. It just gives them more security in there. There you go, and you can see it's notched in. But beautiful, beautiful. Punkic Cyborgs. One more PC Engine like this, and that is another super rare game. And this is called, he's pretending not to look at his post-it note, Kiki Kai Kai. Yeah, Kiki Kai Kai! What a name. Kiki Kai Kai by Taito, 1990. There's the foam, there's the game. Beautiful condition. And there's the back. Lovely. Kiki Kai Kai, another rare one. I mean, if you collect PC Engine, you'll know how rare this is. Now, I'm going to get you super excited now. I'm going to try to. I've got some really... You think those are rare? What about these? Now, let's talk about the PC Engine. There is a few different sorts of PC Engine, but probably the most exciting is called the Super Graphics. That's Super Grafx. I can show you the logo on this spine here. Super Graphics. Now, this really is PC Engine 2. Basically, they made a brand new, more powerful, better version of PC Engine. Still takes Hue cards. Okay, a little bit more info about the Super Graphics. It is a 16-bit console, whereas the original PC Engine is 8-bit. It has improved hardware scrolling, it has better sound, it has a total of 5 releases. That is all that ever came out for it, 5 proper games. But it is compatible with all original PC Engine Hue cards. But you can't play Super Graphics games on a regular PC Engine, you have to play it on a Super Graphics. And it's a groovy looking console, isn't it? Isn't it? Funny shape. It's a funny shape. Anyway, we were very lucky this week to get some Super Graphics games. We haven't had the console for a long time. But these games are so rare because it was a flop. I mean, you couldn't... It's already died out. It was too late. I mean, really, it was a bit like, you know, we're in the face of Nintendo and PC Engine's trying to cling on. And it was a bit late to bring out a new console. So these games sold in tiny numbers, but it doesn't mean there wasn't some brilliant games that came out for it. And one of those, the first one I'm going to show you, there's lots of shooting on there, is Aldean's. Okay, so now Aldean's, or the mission code for Rage Crisis. This is a super rare game. Super rare game. They have plain black and no rear stickers on. We've got the little insert code. It's the same Hue card. You can see it's the same design. Still got the foam. But yeah, just such a rare game. And I am just starting us off because I've got this as well. This is Mado O Granzort. Check out Mado O Granzort. I seem to struggle more on that name than I needed to. But yeah, again, beautiful Hue card, super rare, beautiful condition, only for Super Graphics, PC Engine Super Graphics. If you've learned anything, if you didn't know about this console, you've learned today. The Super Graphics is the sequel to PC Engine. It's got different games. Now this one's just a loose cart, but this is again is a Super Graphics version, super rare. It's a classic. It is Ghouls and Ghosts. Yeah, just a beautiful H. You can see it says Super Graphics in big letters on the back of the Hue cards. So you can't mix them up. Sadly not boxed, that one. Now I've got one more of these to show you, and I think it is the rarest one. I don't want you to get too excited, but it is 1941 Counter-Attack. Now, James, this has got to be gold. You would definitely be saying, I've got some gold for you. This would be gold to you, wouldn't it? 1941 Counter-Attack, a sequel to the classic Capcom 1941, only available for Super FX. But Super Graphics, Super FX is this chip inside SNES cartridges. Stop it, James, you're getting mixed up. Super Graphics PC Engine. Oh, and it's got a slipcase. It's got a slipcase. Oh, I'm going to try and gently tease this out. Yes, you've got a card slipcase. A little bit worn. There's a little bit of wear to the slipcase, but inside there you have the proper immaculate game, just the same as the others. And there you have the foam, and you have the cartridge. If you want to see the cartridge close up, let's get it out. Super rare. Do you know how much this? We put £750 on this game. That is how rare it is. It is one of the rarest PC Engine related games you can have. Mega Super Graphics. Super sought after. There was a reissue of this. Even that goes for a couple of hundred. There was a dodgy, it was Game Arts reissue, but this is the proper, authentic, original 1941 Counterattack. That has got to be Game of the Week, surely. Has. But it's not the end of my box. A couple of more things. I'm going to show you this. Now, this is a handheld. You know, I love handhelds. I'm a big handheld electronic game fan. And this game looks quite humble enough. It's released on Grandstand. It's actually made by Tiger. If you've ever watched our handheld specials, you'll know that we covered how Grandstand released so many other branded handhelds as Grandstand in the UK and some of Europe. So this is a game by Tiger, Mouse Maze. But I tell you what, for such a humble looking LCD game, it plays pretty mean. Check this out. So here we are. This is Mouse Maze, and as you can see, it is a proper. I can go around the maze in proper 3D. I don't know. Is the camera picking up? It's a proper 3D isometric maze game, and you've got to try and find the exit. I'm a mouse, but yeah, I don't know. This seems to me like a pretty advanced game for something that looks so childlike. It just shows that, you know, by the end they were making some pretty exciting LCD games, and I think this is probably more exciting than most Game & Watches. But don't tell anyone I said that, I'll be in trouble. Yeah, now that's not what you expect. That's a proper isometric 3D maze game in LCD form. I think that is state of the art. Well done, Tiger. That is a pretty exciting little game. Now I've got one more in the box, and it's another tabletop electronic game. Caveman, the classic Caveman, and this is the beautiful white and orange Tomy. It's a really classic LED game. I'll show it on the top. In that beautiful orange, blue battery. It's like they had a colour explosion at the factory. Yeah, orange base, a blue battery cover with the instructions on, and then a white around the top, and then green. I mean, it is a strange mixture of colours, but I kind of love it. That orange button matches. I guess the blue matches the battery cover. You want to see it running, don't you? Yeah, check out Caveman. Here we go then, Caveman. Check the theme. Inspector Gadget, that. Okay, I don't know why I do this because I'm terrible at playing. So you've got to get over there and you've got to get the egg. It's great graphics, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm trying to do this looking at the camera, and I just don't think, right. So I've got to get over there when he's not looking. Oh. I got it. I've got one egg. Oh, you get the idea anyway, that's enough, innit? And there we have it, another sweet game to end the show on. It's been fun. Thank you for watching. Have a fabulous week. Remember, next Wednesday, the last episode for this run of Jason Japan. Until next week, happy retro gaming, retro gamers!
Retrogames says thank you for watching. Retrogames says thank you for watching.
Am I a caveman? Feels like a cave in here. Games cave!